field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Atlanta Falcons. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it second and goal.
Jack 16. He's 2. 66.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Ben Roethlisberger hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go. 12.
Third and 2, now Ryan. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. And now out come the Steelers. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
Where you think 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Set. 180. 24.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Deion Jones. Leading the surge there, he drops him for a loss of 6. So the sack, and now a third and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
4 down. Set. Jackson 30.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, first and 10 at the 20. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Let's go. Get up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. First catch for the NFL's leader in receiving yards a year ago, and a first down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
They'll
pitch it out to Bell. Room here to run. Le'Veon Bell. It's a foot race. It's a big run that time by Bell. Give him 53 yards on the ground. And for those worried about whether or not Le'Veon's explosiveness would return, I think we just had our answer.
ACL? What ACL? This guy's back running as if he were totally healthy and never had an issue.
They go play action here on first down. Fine time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ted McKinley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
Solid. Find out.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And some room to work. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
There we go.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And it's complete. Hooper. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
12.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Snickers. Snickers. Set. Like 80. Like it.
Now Roethlisberger. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deion Jones in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Check 3. Check Snickers. 66.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. a double team, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, Ryan flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Hey, let's go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons are in for 6. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Roethlisberger will throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Takk McKinley in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Tuesday, go!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
This looks like a free play for Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The big man, Tyson Alualu, there to make the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go. Hey, Tuesday. Go! Fight!
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. In for the score. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Sutton now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Hey, Dad! 180! You good? He come across?
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Let's go. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Take 2 of them.
On second down, Roethlisberger. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Let's go.
On third down, Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's first down from the 42. To throw is Ryan. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10, it's Ryan again. And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it's third down. So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And that last penalty makes his third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
I really don't think that Julio Jones could be happier right now. Plenty of catch opportunities in this game. He's converted them, and his team's winning.
And Matt Ryan's happy, too, to have Julio Jones on the other side of these.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times we talk about breaking teams down, and oftentimes it's through a running game. These two, they can break a team down through the air.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
On second down, Freeman. He will push his way down to about the 14. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On third down, Ryan. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, second-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. Now after the holding call, here's second and 20. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
The Steelers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be third and a mile.
4 down. Set. Like 30. Snickers, you got to spin. 77, 77. Wait a second.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded at about the 28. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
20.
They go play action here on first down. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Javon Hargrave busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
12.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
11.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
What's that? 77. Jack 16. Right there. Wide exit.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And the Steelers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Coleman now. And he's got room. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
These 2. Big. Set. Wide 80.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. T.J. Watt in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. This is Coleman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick 6. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go. Jack 16. Let's go, let's go.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady And Jared in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. They have gone to the 4th quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland, and the Ravens now really pouring it on. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year.
Snickers, 66.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Now Ryan down around the goal line. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now Brown. They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down. When they're that backed up, you've got to be careful going after him.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Get up!
Here's Cole. They find some open field here. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types